It is now stock up season, so I have a lot to talk about in this video. First off, I'd like to say a couple of the unreleased videos I did spend working on the space, so this is after that progression has happened. Most of the items are out of the bottom floor here. Next year I'll have to move the rest of the items out. And of course, all new items I get this stock up season will go on the top of this base. And also I'm loaded in here so the door bridge works. Another thing I'd like to mention is that if you catch me stocking up in live stream, which there's a very high likelihood unless you just absolutely don't click on any dragmotoxboss live streams, you'll see that I don't have door bridges on every single stock up base. That's because I worked on a ginormous color-coded door bridge that takes you to the Bluewood area a couple months ago last summer. So that drained all my motivation for building any more door bridge, and if you think of it, you really don't need it that much. It only saves a little bit of time, and it saves money over time, and not that much. Also, another thing I'd like to mention, there will not be many stock up season videos because I'm going to try my best to do stock up season live streams, although there still might actually. But the thing is that I am not going to edit these videos at all, besides putting music over them. You got to put some classic dragmotoxboss music over them, all right? So that's what's going to be going on during these stock up season videos. Today I'm going to get the pumpkin, and not to be confused with the pumpkin from 2015, because obviously it's not 2015, it's 2024. If it was 2015, then I would literally be 9 years old. I would not have a deep voice. But I'm hardly going to edit these videos because I don't want to spend a lot of time editing. Because I want to spend as much time as possible stocking up. Alright, so I got to get that out of the way. Now there's another thing I'd like to talk about. When are these items going to leave the shelves? See, I'm already messing up my words, but you guys can actually hear that for once because I'm not going deep into editing this video or any of the stock up season videos during stock up season. I need time to stock up. Normal times I will edit the videos more, of course, but for now, I'm stocking up. I don't care. The items, yes, the Halloween items will probably leave the shelves somewhere around October 31st. Last year, Defaultio released stock up season a couple of days late, so then he made up for it by letting the items stay a couple extra days. But I personally think that Defaultio is going to try and get us used to having less of Halloween stock up season. The thing that happened is back in 2022 of December, there is not a single Christmas present released till around December 10th. And the same exact thing happened for 2023. Another thing that happened in 2022 happened in 2023 as well. Instead of there being a short amount of time, like maybe a day and a half or maybe a couple of days, and only 1 or 2 Thanksgiving stock up season items, there's a whole week and 5 Thanksgiving stock up season items, both in 2022 and 2023. So I personally think that Defaultio is trying to even out the stock up seasons. That doesn't explain why Thanksgiving stock up season is still a week though. But since Christmas stock up season is shorter, and now that we see Halloween stock up season not releasing till the exact middle of the month, which I'm very disappointed about. I wish it released earlier this month. I think Defaultio is trying to get us used to less Halloween stock up season like Christmas stock up season. I do have to say, if there's Halloween stock up season all month, I would get bored. And it's happened every year that I stocked up the entire month, because technically in 2020 I didn't stock up the entire month. I didn't stock up in 2020 till the middle of the month. That's the funny part. So this is the first October that I'm only stocking up for half the month since 2020, if you think of it. A proper Halloween stock up season for me, until I get too bored of it, is 3 weeks. I would rather 3 weeks. After 3 weeks, I think that's the point of where I start to get bored of it and stock up less. So I would rather more time, but who knows? I might only be able to bear 2 weeks because there are only 2 items. I know definitely, and I'm not saying 2 weeks because of 2 items, but also another statement. For Christmas stock up season, a little over 2 weeks is not enough. because, well, there's a lot more Christmas presents. So I personally think that if Defaultio really insists on changing this, which in my opinion, I think it should just be all October Halloween stock-up season. Even though I said I get bored of stocking up later in the month, it'll give more opportunities for people to stock up. But I personally think, yeah, Halloween stock-up season all October, Thanksgiving stock-up season all November, and Christmas stock-up season all December. That's my personal opinion. I believe that there should be 3 or 4 Halloween items. There should be 5 or 4 Thanksgiving items, and a bunch of presents like always, maybe like 7 or 8 per Christmas, because the presents have a different vibe to them. But I personally think that Defaultio, as of now, is trying to go for half the month, so a little over 2 weeks actually, if you really think of it. Like 2 weeks and a couple days, and the same exact amount of time for Christmas stock-up season, because that's how much time we have for the last 2 years for Christmas stock-up season, and 1 week for Thanksgiving stock-up season. If I were thinking in his shoes, I would do 2 weeks for October, November, and December. Stock-up season used to be a whole month for October, a couple days for November, and 3.5 weeks for December. That gave us almost 2 months of stock-up season. Now we've been cut down to only 5 weeks of stock-up season, so a month and a week's worth of stock-up season about, which is very unfortunate, but it's what it is. So the thing is you just gotta stock up more when it is stock-up season. Another thing that is good about this, though, is that it makes it more valuable the less time there is for stock-up season. There is a matter of fact here. Well, when I was younger, I used to say I wish stock-up season was all the time. Even back in 2022, I very quickly said, you know what? No, I don't wish there was stock-up season all year, because that would make it devalued. I would get bored of it so quickly. And that's a matter of a fact. Too much of something makes it not fun anymore. I'm very excited that there's stock-up season. I kind of thought that stock-up season was canceled. I really wasn't hoping for a stock-up season. Well, technically I was, but I wasn't relying on a stock-up season. I was ready to come to terms that there was no stock-up season ever again, because this is the 10th year. But thank goodness that stock-up season is still happening. There's another concept I'd like to talk about, and in my stock-up season is canceled ... video, I mentioned how I would slowly leave Lumber Tycoon 2 if there is no more stock-up season, and that is true. But here's the matter of the fact. If there is at least stock-up season happening in October, November, and or December, then that basically buys me another year of being interested in this game. What I mean by that is, if there is for all 3 of these months, I still have hope. Okay, there's probably going to be a stock-up season next year. Now, technically, there might not be, but it still gives me the hope. And it still buys me another year of wanting to play Lumber Tycoon 2. Because if you think of it, technically we can't get promised that there's a stock-up season ahead of time. So if there's a stock-up season 1 year, I'm just going to assume, well, it's probably going to happen the next year, and I'll still play Lumber Tycoon 2, even though technically it could not happen the next year. Which, it is kind of a strange way of thinking if you think about it, because there might not be a stock-up season next year, but it gives me more hope that there's a stock-up season next year. But think of this. Since Defaultio and whoever makes the items, that team of developers who makes the items, doesn't really communicate to us when the last stock-up season is, at this rate, we really just don't know. We don't know if this is the last stock-up season or not. So, technically, the last stock-up season will feel like how it feels now. So this could be the last stock-up season. And that's another theory. This could be the last stock-up season because it's the 10th year, because this has been going for 10 years. Although, for some reason, I think that they're going to continue, because the development team only started making better candy bags recently. There's another new type of pumpkin. There's a new type of pumpkin, a new, not variant, but a new whole different class of pumpkin, I'll say. So I think that we're still going to be going for a while. All right. Whether you think the way of thinking is strange or not, stock up season happening this year has bought another year of me being interested in Lumber Tycoon 2. It's just the way my brain works. Also, something unique about this pumpkin, I'll talk about this pumpkin, since this is my first video stocking up on the pumpkin. I'll call it the 2024 pumpkin. It's the new class of pumpkin. I'll call it the new pumpkin at this rate, because the 2015 pumpkin was called the pumpkin. It'll spawn at a random size. I did live stream last night as of when I'm recording this video. It was last night I streamed. I had a couple of tiny pumpkins, and unfortunately, I forgot to take them home. So there's like, well, 3 tiny pumpkins that I wanted to take that I forgot. My recommendation, do not forget to take the tiny pumpkins and even the extra large pumpkins. Extra large pumpkins are rare, and the tiny pumpkins are said to be super rare, but I don't really think so because I've been getting them quite often, all right? I got quite a few of them, but not an extremely large pumpkin, all right? I don't know if I literally just went over this, but yeah, actually I did just say that. Holy crap, sometimes my short-term memory is not the best, but I have a good long-term memory. Also, the rules of only uploading on Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, for stock up season, those rules are gone. I'm going to upload on whatever day I want to. I'm not going to wait to upload when it comes to stock up season. Is that one of my pumpkins that just flung? What the heck? Because right now, there's a lot of hype around these items, and as stock up season progresses, the hype might lessen. And I want more people to end up discovering my channel so that they could watch the future videos and even start learning some life lessons when I resume making the life lesson videos. It makes everybody's life better, trust me. Now, as for these pumpkins, you could get a pumpkin tinier than your Roblox foot or taller than your Roblox character. It's interesting. And the thing is that Lumber Tycoon 2 players are not only constantly opening the candy bags to try and get something rare, but they're constantly opening the pumpkins to try and get something rare. So it's very interesting to see that the pumpkins are actually worth to open rather than the pumpkins all the other years. They're really not worth it to open. And in fact, actually, I like this pumpkin better than the other pumpkins. I might think that the Boreal pumpkin looks the best, but this is definitely a better pumpkin because you get to open it and you get to have a chance for a rare type of pumpkin. So I really think that Defaultio or whoever submits the items, the team of developers, should release a different color variant of this pumpkin next year. And even if they want to get crazy, and I think they should also release a new variant of the original pumpkin. Yes, that's right. I think that there should be a yellow pumpkin that looks like the normal pumpkin, that type of pumpkin, whatever. The pumpkin we had for the last 9 years, the type of pumpkin. I think it should be called the glow pumpkin, and then should be alongside, or maybe not in the same store, but there should be a new color of this type of pumpkin as well.